There goes the police, eh?
Spears, witches, an army led by a woman. Hello, pretty boy.
Greeting!
The gods will punish you. The gods will
Hello,
punish
witch.
you.
You miss quite a scrap, gentlemen, and an opportunity to slay a monarch. There was a struggle and the prince was wounded.
You've all seen the magical phenomenon covering the battlefield. For any who still have doubts, most likely, we're up against a blood curse, an old and powerful spell. We do not know who cast it or why. The good news is that Henselt and his army have been halted for the time.
And the bad news?
The mist will grow. It may even engulf Vergen. Furthermore, wraiths may emerge from it.
Can they be made penitent?
In theory, yes, but I would suggest putting your faith in a silver weapon. Furthermore, the ghosts will weaken as they move away from the mist.
Is there any way to drive it off? Exorcise it?
A question for myself and Geralt of Rivia.
The Kingslayer?
Contrary to what old women at the wells say, he did not, in fact, slay any kings.
Course he didn't. Wouldn't hurt a fly, that one. Look at his eyes. You'll see he's the sensitive kind.
Whatever you may see in his eyes, few know more about lifting curses. Gentlemen, I do not require you to understand this phenomenon, but there are a few rules I insist you must follow.
Here we go.
No one is to approach the mist. In addition, we need to learn the story of the battle.
At your service, my lady.
Thank you. To lift the curse, we require some objects symbolic of the war, ones belonging to those who perished here 3 years past.
Pfft. More scrap iron from that massacre lying about than lice in Cecil's beard. I thought curses were best handled with...
Please leave the thinking to me, Mr. Zigrin, and I'd gladly hear less from you from now on. The objects must be magically active and strictly linked to the ghosts of the fallen. That is all.
Let me be clear. You're all to aid Philippa and the Witcher. What are you grumbling about now, Yarpen?
It's something in my gullet.
Take a swig of wine. Now, to worldly matters. How many are we?
Saskia, you know well,
How many?
we dwarves are near 200. But don't judge us by our number.
1,000 peasants will come, though you'll get no precise count.
My lords?
53 knights and another 200 armed men. Not enough.
Henselt leads 5,000, 5 to 1 against us. What think you of that?
We are few, they are many. But we have our walls, low though they be. If we had archers, who knows?
Oh, for a regiment of heavy arbalists from Lyria.
We have something better. Yorvith's elves. Scoia'tael. Gentlemen, I give you Yorvith.
What do you seek here, murder?
100 of the North's best archers await your orders, Dragon Slayer.
You wished for archers, here they are.
I take no pleasure in fraternising with elves. But even a shit-coated stick can be a weapon.
He burned down the villages of many in my horde.
The free peasantry is one thing, but a criminal with a price on his head in all the northern realms? This is too much.
Saskia, say the word and we'll depart.
Hear me out. Yorvith came to fight for me. I trust him, and I know that he'll stay the course. Just like each of you.
How could you know that? He's an elf. Treason runs in his veins.
He's been fighting humans for a century.
But for the first time in scores of years, his fight makes sense. The Scoia'tael know no peace. They've died for Nilfgaard, for the Valley of the Flowers, in vain. They've been betrayed and cheated. Now they have a new goal. The Pontar Valley could be the first state where no man would have to fear elven arrows when venturing beyond city walls. And elves and dwarves wouldn't live in ghettos or on reservations. First, however, we have a battle to win. You know who we're up against. It's a splendid army, brave and well-led. They cannot be scared off or routed. They have to be killed. I want Yorvith to sit at the same table as we do. I want him to kill Cadweni for us. And I assure you that he'll do so with a smile, if only you let him.
If I'm to see a smile on that skinny face, I'm in. Yorvith stays.
Bloody hell. Father's turning in his grave, but a must's a must. I say aye.
Nay. You killed my men, Elf. Remember them?
If I hadn't killed them, they'd have killed me.
All right. For the sake of better times, and for Kedwen's doom, aye!
Down with the sons of bitches! Cheers!
Poison! She's dying. Take her somewhere safe and guard her with your lives. I'll gather what I need and join you soon.
I'll place my best warriors on watch.
Quickly, lads!
She ceased casting spells.
Saskia,
In a manner of speaking, I've slowed her life functions as far as possible.
do you know the poison?
Thaumadour, commonly known as mage pain. It has a terrible reputation.
An antidote must
what can we do?
Treatment will require herbs, magic, and blood.
Not ordinary blood, I presume.
Correct. We require royal blood.
We could use letho right now.
What kind of herbs are...
I'll need a subterranean variety of purple foxglove, known to the dwarves as the immortelle, and an elven rose of remembrance.
Where will we find it?
They grow deep beneath the earth, which should not be a problem as Vergen lies on top of a mine.
How will they help Saskia?
Mage pain wreaks havoc in internal tissues. The immortelle will help.
Triss had a rose of remembrance. She claimed the flowers are exceptional.
Long ago, the Enshe who succeeded in cultivating the roses enjoyed great respect,
Times have changed.
as have elves.
There are no elven gardens nearby. We must return to Flotsam.
Triss has a rose of remembrance from Flotsam. It's her we need. What else do you need to heal?
Thaumadour is a self-perpetuating substance. Any incursion into a cluster of poisoned cells causes an immediate chain reaction. Each tainted cell that is removed is replaced by 10 new tainted. To interrupt this reaction, I'll need an ungodly amount of the power. A water or air genie, or one of the 20 legendary rings of power would be best.
One to bring them all and then...
Right. And then I'll have to run barefooted to the top.
All right, all right. Let's forget the rings. I need a vast quantity of the power, no matter the source.
An immortelle, a rose of remembrance, royal blood and magic. Sounds like a fairy tale.
A poor one at that. No prince's kiss to top things off.
I wish it were a fairy tale, especially a poor one, as a happy ending would then be inevitable.
You may. What about the Battle of Wraiths?
I must first see if the spells keeping Saskia alive are in order. Then we'll consider how best to send the spec. Actually, you could tend to that yourself. Ask the locals about the battle. Maybe...
In that case, I shall search for the poison.
Only Philippa Eilhart may enter.
We have a magical mist full of ghosts just outside our walls, so you'd better think twice before entering it. The mist, may the plague take it, threatens all manner of creatures, so anyone headed to the quarries or walking through the gullies should take exceptional heed. The squirrels that have made camp by the burnt huts are not our enemies, so says Saskia, and so it is. Master Geralt of Rivia and Sorceress Philippa Eilhart will deal with the mist and the wraiths. And now, open the gates and get to work.
I must talk to you, Richard.
What's going on?
I'm Elias, of Jorveth's commando. I have an urgent
Tell me.
Men from Vergen have been disappearing for some time. We recently found some of their corpse, so it doesn't seem to...
Where did you find the body?
In different places, mainly in the burned village near the ravine that leads to...
I need to see the corpse.
They're all buried.
Where?
Beneath a mound in the forest behind Vergen, but you shouldn't go there.
Why not?
Desecrating graves is a serious offense. The families of the...
What state were the bodies?
They look gruesome. Nothing an elf would have done, nor a
Only men among the...
Young men.
I don't work...
You'll get your reward. We're losing good men.
I'll see what I can...
Geralt, sit down. We haven't yet celebrated your raid into the mist. Sheldon Skaggs, veteran of the battles of Sodden and Brenna.
And all ends along the way. You've already met Vergen's elder?
Greetings.
Gentlemen, not sure about you, but my throat's parched from all these...
Funny. Those were the first words I...
Master Dandelion's right. Around for every...
I'd gladly drink, but Saskia was poisoned and time is of the essence.
How can we help?
Have you ever heard of a plant called the Dwarven Immortal?
Have we? The pigs have tight arses. To tell the truth, I've no idea, Skaggs. It's just a saying.
You're the only one using it.
Witcher, the Immortal. It appears most often near anthracite and aluminosilicate deposit.
Philippa needs it to heal Saskia.
A rare curio, but there's a mine nearby, and who...
Is the mine...
Not at all. It's in Vergen itself.
You're eager for this expedition, but nobody told the witch...
Closed, that's true. But it's long overdue a cleaning.
What are you talking about?
Not a month ago, miners started disappearing. Must have tapped the wrong vein and woken some scum from the deep. We wanted to send a crew of stout fellows in, but Saskia said she needs all the soldiers she can find up top. We closed the shaft, fearing the filth would emerge and overrun us all.
Looks like we arrived just in time, eh?
So it seems.
Right on. With this crew, we needn't fear any monster. How about you, Sheldon? You coming with us, or stay?
Another chance like this won't come around in a hurry. Fucking
Let's meet at the mine's entrance.
I have That's a witcher, not a human.
Give us a kiss! Evil eye. Give us a kiss!
The Witcher's on board.
Let's get to work, my bearded friends.
Open the shaft, Skag. If you kill off those monsters, the whole of Vergen will be grateful. I'm sure some coin would be found.
We'll keep that in mind.
So, Sheldon.
Keep your pricks in your trousers. You can't just plough forward all the time. A mine is like a lover.
You and your music.
Poor son of a bitch. almost got away.
Damn carrier. That was close.
What was that?
Necrophages. With this many appearing, they must have a nest nearby.
Come on! Show yourselves! I'll let you taste my axe!
Oh.
I don't want anybody playing here.
Shit-filled necropage cesspool.
Hey, gentlemen, let's focus on finding a dwarven immortel, please.
A true dwarf's got three things to do in life. Build a fortress, cut down an oak, and plough. Regularly.
Right. That should do it.
grab what we need and get out of here.
Chests those are.
We should get together for a good libation, that arse of yours.
Get out. Looks like it's all over.
Thanks for your help, Zoltan.
Say nothing of it.
Enough yapping. Time for some vodka.
First, I want to see if my fuck date's still waiting.
Just don't strain yourself. It takes energy to drink with us too, you know.
Eva! Eh?